for life.
Good morning. It's Monday, October 23rd.
No, it's not. It's Thursday.
Oh, it's Thursday, October 23rd.
We're not here on Thursdays.
Yeah, we're here on Thursdays now. The Antihero Broadcast is here to bring you the best in information and entertainment relevant to the first responder and veteran communities. This show is brought to you by HP-TRT.com. Human Performance. Go to HP-TRT.com. Use promo code HERO. Save 20% on your testosterone every single month, 20% off your TRT. So if you already have blood work done, you've already done the VA, you've already done your personal doctor, you go to Quest, you name it, as long as you upload that from a screenshot on your phone into their little portal, they will waive the lab cost fees. So go to HP-TRT.com. Start getting informed about how you can boost your TRT. Well, Jimmy's not here today.
Yeah, Jimmy's not here. Don't forget, Patreon. I can't express this enough. I answer every DM. I'm diving into Antihero's DMs, Cobbville's DMs. We answer. But you're going to get, I can't lie to you, you're going to get a quick tap sometimes on a reel or a message because I just can't keep up. But Patreon, if you join our Patreon, we do workout videos. We interact. We share exclusive content in there. We would really appreciate if you could join the Antihero Patreon. And don't forget tonight, the first ever night shift show that will be on Counterculture. The Squadcast is no more. Thursday mornings are for the boys. When it comes to the broadcast, the night shift goons are over there in the studio right next door. That's night shift on Counterculture, first responders, military, night guys that are working nights, and we're real excited. We got the set. You got the set built. I just get to show up, and it looks great.
You're the talent, bro.
I'm not the talent. I'll never be the talent. But tonight, 8 p.m., we will be live for the first time on the new set, and we're real excited about that. That show is that's a new show.
And it is for the boys. Everything we do, we realize is for the boys. We're big advocates. We're obviously Christians, and for all those warriors ordained by God under Romans 13, that's who we speak to. So whether or not you're in the patrol car, you're in the fucking fire department house, you're part at home on your night off,
EMT, paramedic, any of that stuff.
You fucking smoking a stogie, drinking a beer.
What this is for Patreon, one more thing to touch on, where this is going to allow, we talked about this today, is Tyler and I are now going to spend more time together. Usually it's in the studio, we travel on the road, but we're never we're friends, really good friends, but we just don't do anything together. So these Thursdays are going to run for me, I get here about 10 and I'm going to leave about 11 o'clock tonight. That gives more time for exclusive content for Patreon, behind the scenes stuff, and we're going to start streaming and recording each other like TikTok cops.
Yeah.
And we're going to start putting a lot of that in Patreon, so you get to see all the dumb stuff we do when we're not sitting in front of the camera getting everything wrong.
So, yeah, I mean, like I said, Jimmy's not here. He's got the flu. He's bad. He said he's going to be in the comments, though. So, we got a lot of topics, though, man.
Yeah, we got some. Actually, we have some, we haven't had guests because the transition of the show has been what it is. New show, new format. But soon, this seat right here in the middle is going to be very full. We've got some pretty big-name people coming into town. I'm not going to tip them off yet, but we've got nationally known people lined up to come in. In the near future, we have a former captain locally that was shot in the line of duty who has a pretty wild story. And I'm going to bring you guys one of the best episodes you're ever going to see. There's a guy that I chased around, and he did counter surveillance on me. He ended up going to federal prison for the pill mills.
Did you put him in there?
I was part of the case indirectly because I was part of the search warrants that on takedown day. His name is Jason Votrebeck. If you want to look him up, he's a good friend of mine, actually, after all this. When I say friend, obviously we don't go hang out, but we are very cordial, and he has an entire...
It's like a mutual respect.
Very mutual respect. He will tell you when the episode airs, he paid people to follow me. He actually paid people to go to bars and see where I was at and hang out, try to infiltrate me. And we have the entire breakdown. As I remember driving by he lived with my sister before he got into crime. And I remember driving by, waving 20-some years ago, and had no idea that my sister's roommate at the time would end up being like
your arch rival,
the largest drug trafficker in the history of our county. So I'm actually talking about bringing on like me and him doing a show, like of the two opposite perspectives of federal inmate, drug trafficker who was going to Colombia and all that and running cocaine, and a cop, and the two aspects of everything. So he's coming on here next week.
Well, I think it's interesting about stuff like that too is like, there's podcasts, and once you dedicate your life to a job and you're done, it's like, is your life done? So like George Christie, the president of the Hells Angels, like the OG president of the Hells Angels, did a podcast with Jay Dobbins where he spent years. He was actually on the Antihero podcast, but they did a podcast together, and it's just so fucking crazy. There's no more animosity because they're not at work anymore.
Yeah.
They're retired.
Yeah.
They're retired dudes. Why? There's no more, like, it's not personal anymore. When you're a cop and you investigate, it's personal. It is personal. When you're being investigated, you don't want to go to prison. It's personal.
Here's the funniest part. So if you haven't seen yet, I did the Locked In with Ian Bick podcast. I filmed it Sunday when we were up north. He dropped it yesterday. It's pretty deep. It's very well done.
Good.
It goes in deep into the deepest I've gone into the FBI DA investigation against me. But why I say that is all the cops, there were cops involved in trying to frame me. You know who vilifies, or you know who helps clear my name?
Who?
Jason Vilcherbeck. He knows what was
who?
the guy.
Oh,
the guy.
okay.
He knows what was really going on. He knows when these guys were talking about, hey, I'm going to lie about this. I'm going to try to set him up. He knows all of it. And of all the people to come to me finally, even the cops involved that were fucked, this guy goes, hey, dude, I knew you weren't doing anything because I was behind the scenes watching them cook up shit on you. He sent me jail phone calls between one of the defendants and his dad, telling his dad he's going to lie about me, like just stuff that was crazy. So if you haven't seen that episode yet, Ian Bick, Locked In with Ian Bick on YouTube. I go pretty deep into that federal investigation that everybody tries to hold over my head. But when it all shakes out, the truth always comes out.
It does.
It does. It does. It always comes out.
We got a couple topics. What's going on with Glock, obviously, is the big one.
Yeah. That got a huge...
More Venezuelan submarines sank by the U.S. government, and Portland cops reporting on ICE agents. Super chat, delete laws for the boys. We all know Tyler certainly is gay. Thanks, bro. As long as you paying, dog.
Yeah.
So, a couple reflections, though.
We'll be reflecting on. Oh, okay. Here
The
we go.
Kevin Lee Lloyd thing. Do you remember that?
No.
The Marine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
The guy in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we had one of our listeners actually. Hold on one second. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna call him actually.
I just got a text from Sal. He's trying to move down here.
What? That's awesome.
He said he'll be in the middle seat.
So Kevin Lee Lloyd, the Marine that we covered, we do a charity of the week, which we'll get to. Actually, charity of an episode now, where we try to give back or just bring, some kind of, what would you call that? Exposure to people in need. One of our listeners named John actually attempted to go, and I say attempted because he wasn't able to see Kevin, but let me give him a call.
Hey, what's up, brother?
What's up, John? You're live.
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? Love the show.
So,
Thank you very much. I'll thank him.
You heard our reel, or you heard our broadcast or saw our reel or whatever, and you were like, "Oh my God, I am close to where Kevin Lee Lloyd is at the hospital."
Yes, sir.
And you were like, "I'm gonna go see him," and I wanted everybody to know you made the attempt to go see him.
Yeah, I did. So I thought let me start with, I'm not former military or law enforcement. I'm just a civilian in the construction world. My whole life, I'm from El Paso, Texas, so I know about the military, grew up on the military, but all that good stuff. But myself, I'm not part. But when I heard that he was at MD Anderson Cancer Center, one of my projects that I deliver to is right around the corner. Oh. For me, it was like constantly consuming podcasts, consuming. Well, I'm not military law enforcement. What the hell am I going to do to make a difference? And it just, I don't know, God put it upon my heart that, like, you're 5 minutes away, dude. Why don't you go try to
I remember you.
contact?
Yeah, I remember you talking to me, telling me that you were like, "Man, what was he even going to want to see me?" And you were like, "You know what?
Yeah, definitely some nervousness to, like, me not being able to relate, at least as far as like having military service or nothing like that, but. Hell, if I could have just done there, like, dude, there are civilians, there are everyday average Americans that still support law enforcement, that still support military,
That's awesome, man.
The high school I went to in El Paso, all of the kids from Fort Bliss would go there. So a lot of my friends, came and go throughout the years, but, I learned to have a respect for military. I wanted to go to the Naval Academy really bad, do a first women's scholarship, but didn't get a congressional nomination there, blah, all this stuff. But, But no, dude, I don't know, man. I want to actually be able to do something. I don't want to just constantly be consuming things, because then who's making a difference in the world? You know, you guys deal with law enforcement, military, like civilians got to play their part too. You know?
Yeah, man, and it's so awesome that you have the respect for the military to go and see, you know, somebody that has been stating that even his, you know, the brothers need to come out there, the Marines need to go out there, and I'm sure they have. I am 100% sure that Marines and military visit him, but the fact that you went out there, you heard our last broadcast and went out there, I think is really cool.
Yeah, man. Anytime I do to help, anything in the Central Texas area, anytime. I mean,
What
need help.
What happened when you went there?
So I drive an F-250, and I park in the parking garage on the 11th floor in a long bed F-250, making my way up there. Go down to the third level of the parking garage, which has the sky bridge. And when I went across the bridge, there's a check-in desk and the two people to check in for visitors. I said, hey, I'm going to room 706, here to see Kevin Lee Lloyd. And they were like getting ready to, like, you know, give me a visitor pass or whatever. And then they had noticed something that on yesterday and the day before, so what the hell, on Tuesday and Wednesday, for whatever reason, he was not accepting visitors. And I mean, they wouldn't give me a reason, which is understandable for HIPAA stuff. And
Yeah.
my guess is one of two things. One, he either had some treatments or procedures or stuff going on, not feeling well, or people did hear the broadcast and they're like, we're getting way too many fucking people coming in here trying to visit this guy right now.
We got to clear that up.
So
Yeah.
those are my guesses, but yeah, they just wouldn't let. But that, like I said, that project I have, it's going to continue for the next several months, and I'll have many other chances to go down there. I'm going to try again. So
Yeah, man, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, and I didn't even think about that, man. You know, if he's not feeling good, if he just had some kind of operation, if he just got some kind of work done.
Yeah, it could have been a couple of reasons, but of course I'm not going to argue with them. You know.
Yeah, I just think it's
try to push
awesome that
like
you
that.
went, man.
Yeah.
It's really cool that you went, and
Well,
then you reached out.
It took a stepping out on a limb to do it. I'll tell you that. You know, I had to get out of my comfort zone, but I think that's what people need to do nowadays, bro. We're just gonna keep going on the path of society that we're on, and nothing's gonna change. You know?
Yeah. We appreciate that, man. That's awesome what you did.
Yeah, man, just stay in touch with me, dude, to let me know when you're going back next, and we'll get it. We'll get something done up for him.
You got it, guys. Excited for the new journeys that are coming with Antihero, man. Y'all keep doing what you're doing, and I'll be here if you need me.
Thank
All
you,
right,
man.
thanks, brother.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Y'all take care.
What a good dude.
Yeah, so he actually went, and I just never thought about, you know, like what it. Sometimes he's in a medical facility.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, I had a long conversation. Oh, that's the other person I didn't plug. Jack's coming. First week of November. Jack Gersmeyer, right here. Cancer is toxic as fuck. Jack is coming down for about 10-day trip to, he's going to West Palm first, then he's taking the Bright Line over, and he's going to be here a whole week. So he'll be on the show live the first Monday and Thursday, the first week of November. And the reason I say that is, you know, we've been following Jack and friends with Jack now for quite a while. And
Yeah.
he gets in those 28-day chemotherapy treatments where he's locked in a hospital room for 28 days.
On top of other medical issues.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you're going through that stuff, he's
Just beat, man. There's days when he can't even pick his head up, but he's a big supporter. He's coming down to visit us, so he'll be here live on the show. And so that kind of brought thought about him. Like, it sucks. It really does.
some more reflections. The Glock reel. Holy crap, man!
Yeah. That was almost like a Copville meme reel. That one went crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's at 300,000
Usually,
views.
like I noticed, and everybody laughs, like, why are meme pages so successful? People love sharing funny stuff.
Yeah.
They don't really share serious stuff, and they surely don't share ads or like advertisements.
Yeah.
So this one is kind of like
It kind of shows that,
sometimes, catches that algorithm of something that everybody's talking about, and it just blew up.
which is the topic of discussion today. So we'll get right into Glock. All right. So have you heard any of the Reddit or done any?
And I heard
research
that
on-
you have some Reddit information. I just so you guys know, if you want to talk shit about me, you're gonna have to DM me directly, because of all of us, don't go in the comments. But sometimes I venture, and one of them was like, that Glock news site it's not a real Glock site, and I started laughing. I'm like, okay, but it's the message. So I got that one wrong. I'm not a gun guy. I think I said to the comment, I don't beat my meat to guns. I know how to shoot them. But anyway, talk to me.
All right. So Glock store on Instagram, although blue check mark and a huge following, is not a representative or a spokesperson.
But you would think
by
they get information
any means.
from Glock, right?
No. They don't.
They get information.
They don't even get.
About
They don't
Glock.
have. No, they don't
They're
even
not-
have. They don't have a line to Glock. They don't have an official source of
Okay,
communication.
okay.
There's nothing
All right.
that Glock.
But they knew it. They had it.
They're just a distributor. He's
Okay.
just got a huge Instagram
Got it,
page
got it.
apparently.
I'm surprised they let him use the name.
So, well, I mean, yeah, they can.
They fucking sent me a cease and desist.
Yeah. They are replacing the Gen 5 with the V model, from what I understand. Some models, I think, from what I'm reading, it sounds like some models will be discontinued. But, however, all of this is a temporary thing until Glock can come out with a new line. Here's the thing, digesting this as a non-gun guy, I'm not a gun nerd, but Glock comes out with about 3 new products a year, and each time it's dropped at a huge event, like SHOT Show being one of them.
Okay.
So all new models are announced in January.
Okay.
If you and the thing about this new V device thing is that if you look outside of a V device gun, you're not going to be able to see any differences. The only thing that's even noticeable is that there is a V where Gen 5 would be.
Okay. So they're just changing the inside of the gun to make it where it can't.
Yeah, the argument is, see, when you're talking to people in these forums and stuff, you don't know who works for Glock, who knows what, but the argument is that 99.9% of people are not going to be affected by this. It's literally 0.01% of people that want to turn it fully automatic and use it illegally. So
Who are they?
they were in the comments. They were being called out in the comments.
Oh, okay.
But the best argument that I heard, right, was SIG caught so much fire for their issues and what everybody was bringing to the table about SIG, right? Everybody had problems or their issues with SIG when they had their PR nightmare. And SIG didn't do anything about it, and it made everyone really, really upset. The difference is that Glock, from what I'm reading, is actually trying to fix a problem because being able to make a gun fully automatic is a problem. It's not meant to be fully automatic.
So
Glock is trying to
Okay.
go and fix the issue.
are you a Glocker?
Are you?
'Cause I'm a Sigger. So here's the
You
thing.
Sigger.
Here's the thing. It took Glock getting sued to do that, and they're going to lose money in sales. SIGs is just a argument obviously the gun has. I don't think it goes off. I think people are inputting on the trigger, but that's my opinion. There's an issue. SIG says there's not a problem with our gun. Keep on going. Your thighs are in danger. Whatever the jokes are, keep on going. Glock was pressured by New Jersey, California, the liberal fucking disasters of the the East and West Coast, and it sounds like they caved to continue sales in those areas. So Glock sounds like a business decision.
Yeah.
Where SIG just said,
Well,
our
here's
fucking
the
gun's
thing.
not broken,
The difference-
regardless of it.
The difference is people are like, Glock, your gun looks too aggressive, fix it or we're going to sue you. That's different. Glock never intended these guns to be fully auto. So
Of course they did.
So to put something in there to limit the ability to make it fully auto and to make it illegal, oh man, they're going to attack me so hard.
So how about this? The Scat Pack, Dodge didn't make the Scat Pack go 170 miles an hour to get away from the cops, but it does. Should they limit the speed on it?
Well, that was their intention of making it.
To go fast.
Yeah,
but
they intended
but
to
some
make-
people drive them.
But they intended. They're rental cars, dude. They can't do this.
they don't rent Scat Packs, dude.
The intention for Dodge to make the Scat Pack is that was their intention.
but so-
Glock was not intending to make any of these pistols
But
fully
somebody,
auto.
so it's kind of like the
I'm making a great argument. I think it's the first time I've seen Mike had to go back and go, okay, let's see this. All right.
All right, so okay, but they're still caving. Like, this is my argument. Why are we? Because people alter the gun, so you're gonna make it. They're gonna fix. It's just like the virus company, the computer virus company selling you virus software, the radar gun selling you radar, whatever the fuck it's called, radar detectors. There's always going to be a way. If it's blatantly like something that needs to be changed, but just because states are suing the gun manufacturer because somebody figured out how to. I mean, dude, they're 3D printing guns. Are we going to stop making 3D printers?
A lot of people are saying none of this matters because, I mean, at the end of the day, first off, I want to make it very clear, I'm not a fucking gun law guy. I don't care. I could give a shit about the gun, the two-way like arguments back and forth because they're the two-way. So a lot of people say the Second Amendment shall not be infringed at all. They're just absolutists. Some would call them two-way radicals.
Being able to sue a gun company because
you can sue a ham sandwich.
Okay, but they caved. So you're suing a gun company because a criminal decided to alter the gun, and you're making the gun company go change everything.
Yes,
shall not be infringed.
I see what you're saying.
Sounds infringed to me.
We're blaming the wrong people.
Yeah.
Society being elected officials. We are blaming.
Society doesn't give a fuck. Society's on that side to fuck those people that want to alter guns and shoot them. Well,
they elected people that are going to fucking.
Not that. No, the same people altering the guns are electing the people in those areas that have the most noise.
I highly doubt dudes walking around with fucking altered Glocks are actually voting.
But they come from the same pool.
Yeah, the same communities. Democratically run cities.
Correct. So if it's bananas to me. It's not it's the person holding the gun that is a problem. Whether it's fully automatic, whether it's a slingshot, whether it shoots pellets, whether it shoots grapes, it's the person holding the gun that is the problem. It's not the gun. And Glock is making a business decision. And I'm not
nothing wrong with it, right?
I'm not knocking the business decision. Make the money. But if you're a 2A, we stand on business, you are ultimately saying it's the gun's fault, not the person's fault. And we're going to change the gun because people, I mean, then you can make the argument, what, we take rifles too? Bad people get rifles and shoot people.
Yeah, but I just think if it's their product and they're like, we never intended for these, so we can put one little device in to stop this from happening.
Yeah, we can violate the Second Amendment and do all that.
That's not violating the Second. That's their shit.
Okay.
That's their product.
Buy SIG. SIG won't take your gun. It'll shoot
No,
you in the
don't
leg.
buy SIG.
It'll
Don't
shoot you
buy
in the
SIG.
leg. It'll shoot your buddy, and we'll still keep making them.
Here's the other thing, too, is that with Glock, I mean, let's be real, dude.
Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
The Glocks that are out today,
yes.
How many are going to be on the streets for the next 20 years? They're like the AKs of the pistol
all
community.
of them.
They're not going anywhere. You are going to be able to go. If you want to be somebody that's like, I love Glock, but I'm not going to buy Glock new V device guns. You can literally just go, and they'll probably go quick. They'll probably mark up. They'll mark up used Glocks just as high as new Glocks.
Mr. Miyagi.
All right.
We're getting ready to cook. First of all, I saw a comment about the schedule change. We are live now Mondays and Thursdays at 11 a.m. Thursday nights at 8 on the counterculture night shift. Anyway.
Which will still be streaming on Antihero as well.
We started having a drug problem at some point in the United States.
That was because of the CIA, bro.
And we just let it, and now look at it. This reminds me of the beginning of a drug epidemic. Why don't we fucking hammer any person found in possession of a gun with a switch and give them like fucking 30 years in prison? It's causing an entire gun company and a nation to change the fact of to change their Second Amendment right by having guns, suing gun companies. So if that's the case, why don't we get ahead of it and say, if you are in possession of a fucking gun that's altered, you are going to prison right now for X amount of years, zero tolerance. You're shooting the cops with this gun. You're shooting your neighbor with this gun.
There's guys in prison for weed still.
Yes. So if you alter a gun and you possess the gun, because this should be with the NRA and all that stuff, it should be diving into. Stop blaming the fucking gun.
Well, I've seen a couple comments, and it is true. It's not true. But what they're saying is true. They're saying Glock has an awful PR team. They're not getting ahead of it. They're not explaining anything.
They're the big guy, man. They don't have to.
They really don't have to.
They could put a fucking dildo fucking gun out, and people are going to buy it because it says Glock on it. They don't have to. They don't have to. So that's why it's if you that's why Glock guys should be mad.
Yeah.
Go buy an M&P. Go buy Smith. Go buy a fucking SIG. Just wear thigh armor. Get a Kevlar holster so if it goes off it doesn't blow your
head. So that's what's going on with Glock. We'd love to maybe have Glock reach out and get send us somebody.
They already reached out to me once.
They did?
That's how I lost my first page.
Yeah, Mike had a goon logo but in the Glock logo, and Glock was like, nope. That's why you don't like Glock. I just figured it out. You don't like Glock because of that. I'm going SIG for the rest of my life.
I carried a SIG before any of that happened, but they did. I made And the problem is Instagram, obviously liberal, in bed with anybody. You can't appeal that. I don't believe it's a copyright infringement, but I'm not willing to lose my page a second time. So it's one of the most popular logos.
How does somebody get it? Your website?
Well, my old business partner, against my knowledge, fucking threw his dick at Glock and we're going to do it anyway and sent him an email.
Oh.
And then Glock was like, oh, by the way, you have 7 more products on your page like that. And next thing I know, Instagram zapped my page and we gone.
So for our charity of the week, can you go to, hey, Lewis, can you go to the emails? There should be an email that says Pastor Mike on it.
And that's not me.
That's not Mike. That's not this Mike. This is another Mike.
I am not Pastor Mike.
There should be a link to his website, a link to his book, and a general and an Instagram. We have a video. So just a little bit about Pastor Mike. He's the founder of Hope Recovery Services. They call him the Hope Dealer. He's a former. He's been, I guess he was a former narcotics user for a long time. With over 18 years of sobriety and a powerful testimony and transformation, Pastor Mike brings a rare blend of personal experience, pastoral care, and professional training to the world of Christ-centered recovery. Once caught in the grip of addiction, Mike was radically changed by the grace of God, and he's been helping others find true healing and purpose ever since. So there's a video in the Instagram first, Lewis, if you can go to that, from me, Sucker Free Sunday. Yep, is that it? I can't see. Yeah, that's it right there. If you could play his testimonial video, and then we'll go into a little bit about what he does and how you can give.
Are we going to echo?
No, if he turns the mic off, we won't echo, right? We're a highly funded project here.
Yeah.
Friends, many of you know that we launched Hope Recovery Services not just as a business, but as we keep calling it, a ministry disguised as a business to help people find hope, healing, and restoration through Christ-centered recovery coaching, other resources, counseling, and the impact has been great. It's been real. Lives are being changed, but we're humbly asking for support to help keep this mission afloat. And if you feel led to give any amount makes a difference. We want to say thank you by sending you a free copy of the Hope and Life Recovery Devotional and by offering 2 free recovery coaching sessions, either for you or for someone you know who could use the support right now. So we appreciate you guys so much, especially your prayers and your support, and especially your prayers for the people that we serve. Keep them in prayer as well. God bless you guys. We love you. Grace and peace to you.
Are we unmuted? Yep. All right, cool. So that's Pastor Mike. That's his video testimony. That does way more justice than I can ever do. If you donate to their cause, he will send you a free copy of his book, and he'll give you, the biggest one is 2 coaching sessions, and you can give that to somebody that's in need. So we all know people on the road to recovery. Sometimes they're on a really, really dark road, or they're at the beginning stages, and you're really working with them. And then some people are well along the recovery, and then, so can you bring up the images? There's a couple. Did you already get them? Look at you, Lewis. Look at you.
Yeah. He's on it, man.
All right, so that's the back of his book. If you could just, I don't know if you can scroll or make it smaller or whatever. But that gives a little bit about him. I mean, even if you buy a book, but if you donate, you get a book for free. So it's like kind of 2 birds, 1 stone. And then can you go to the other image, Lewis, where it says this is his information on how, if you guys can. I will also read it for our audio listeners. Venmo is at Hope 4 Recovery _OC. Hope 4 Recovery _OC. The Zelle is Mike at onehope4recovery.com. Apple Cash is 714-561-5228. And so that's the way you give. Like I said, if you donate, tell them the Antihero Broadcast sent you, and you give a little bit, you get a book, and and if you have somebody in your life that needs 2 free sessions, that's an amazing deal. So, really a lot of respect for Pastor Mike out there. He's in California. Really really doing what he can to preach the word of God, and God helped him get sober. So now he's doing what he can to help in the name of Christ. So
Can you put the number in? It's blocking me. Like I comment, it goes, but when I try to put the phone number in, it won't go. It's 772
all right, hold on. 772
217
217
5453.
545.
They won't let me. It won't let me post a phone number.
That's weird. Can you post anything else?
Yeah, I did. I posted the number twice and it didn't pop up, and then I posted tests. So
All right.
there's
Well,
a-
we all know Clint's got your number.
Yeah, it definitely does. Glock. Anything else about Glock? Don't buy one. What else we got?
Oh, sorry. I was Jimmy.
Yeah, he's talking about the pin and the number.
Oh,
Numbers
thanks,
in.
Jimmy. He's still there. He's still helping.
Think he's coughing?
Dude, yeah. Apparently, he's very, very sick. It's something very nasty. He gave us he said, "I'll come if y'all want," and I was like, "No, dog, stay home." So that's the charity of the week.
Look at that. We got charities of the week. We got a lot
Charities
going on
of
here,
the
man.
episode,
Yeah,
man.
I'm charities of the episode.
And it's you guys are amazing. You know, you guys buy from our sponsors. You know, you guys donate to the charities, or you at least give attention to the things that we need. What is the deal? And if we need to call Jimmy, we will. With the Venezuelan boat cartel submarines
Yeah,
that are infiltrating the United
They
States.
blew up. Well, this one was on the Pacific. They just blew another one up.
That was the first one ever in the Pacific that we done, right?
Yeah, that just happened. The other breaking news is there are a bunch of NBA players going down for a massive gambling
You
ring.
can't do that in the middle of the one news.
No, we can't.
I'm gonna write it down.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna write it down.
Venezuelan boats. So, Keith Pearson posted a video of it, I think. Let me see. Let me send it to the Antihero. This is from 4 hours ago. Here it comes. You can play it for everybody. There you go. It's in the Antihero inbox from me. Lewis.
In the DMs?
Yeah, go to the DMs. This is posted by Keith Pearson, who's the civilian director, Homeland Security. Works directly for Christy Nome, former St. Lucie sheriff. He's got
Cobbville, right?
Yep.
All right.
the one and only.
Away the bullets rip to the sound of the beat, yeah. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust, yeah. Hey, I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. How do you think I'm gonna get along without you when you're gone? You took me for everything that I had. Away the bullets.
So, that's what we voted for, right? As you can see, all the poison floating in the water, all the drugs that's coming in the country to kill our people, and you'll get liberals and argue that that's too tough, but there's a war on drugs. That's about as best I've seen it so far.
Yeah. I mean, this shit is insane. They're using submarines now.
Yeah, boats, submarines, underwater. They've always been doing it, but it's finally to the point where they're doing just what should be done. Like they're obviously, you don't blow people up, but you
Did anybody die from that one?
I would believe so. I'm no.
If not, they're going to Gitmo.
I'm a gambling man. I would think that they probably
Perished.
yes
In their drug
when
running
he saw the
operations.
drugs. But I was driving here. I got a guy that always debates me in my DMs about stuff, and he was complaining about like ICE and people face down in zip ties and all that stuff. And it's like, when you let a problem get so bad like drugs has gotten, you can't undo it. Like obviously, drugs are never going to be eliminated. There's going to be drugs forever.
Yeah.
Illegal immigration, and he's like, "Oh, these guys are face down in zip ties. We're wrangling people up." It's like, you guys left the border open. You guys let it get to this point, and you're never just going to. What are you going to ask? We asked them all to turn themselves in and go home. They didn't do it peacefully. We'll give you $1,000. We'll give you money. You got to go back. So
We
now
offered
you
to
see-
give them money,
Yeah,
incentives
yeah,
to do the right
yeah,
thing.
Yeah. So now you see, like, it's the craziest thing to me is like, you see the law being enforced, and we've gotten so bad as a country that it's shocking to people in the hood to see the law being enforced. It's like they were in my hometown the other day.
Nice.
And everybody.
Well, it's shocking in the hood because the hood sees local cops not doing shit, and the feds come in and they're
wild.
like, "Damn, dude!"
Yeah, and it's like, but it's like a huge deal, and it's like, well, this should have been going on. This should have been happening every day, forever.
Yeah.
People are breaking the law; they need to be dealt with.
Well, look at it like this: you tell me, as a lawmaker or some kind of politician, I can't lock my front door. You're not allowed to lock your front door. Then somebody comes in and I have to kill them, and then you're mad at me because you told me I couldn't lock my front door. Right?
Yeah, and it, the only argument this guy presented was there's people face down in zip ties, handcuffed, and I'm thinking these dudes are bringing fentanyl, drug, murder, gang members coming across the border, terrorists, and the biggest concern we have is somebody face down in zip ties to protect the United States of America, to protect our freedom, to keep our streets clean.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's in zip ties face down, like. I get the Constitution. I'm all about it. But if you entered the country illegally, you don't get that. That's not you came and broke federal code. You have to go back. You have to do it the right way. So
we seem to forget that too. All the people doing it the right way. That was Obama's big thing too. When he enforced immigration before it became such a fucking political shitstorm, his biggest argument was, hey, there's motherfuckers doing it the right way, and you don't just get to jump the line.
You can go.
That
back,
was before they were committing.
You can go back and watch Obama, one of the hardest by mouth on the border, and he had people in cages down there. When Trump took over, there were people, families in cage. Like everybody turns a blind eye to all that, but he was just like Biden was massive against crack and drugs, and then he flipped it the complete other direction. You can find Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, ranting about the importance of a closed border and not letting people in until they went, whoa, if we let these people in and then let them vote, we'll never get out of office.
Yeah.
Never mind. It's not a problem anymore. And now somebody has to be the bad guy, the orange man, orders the police to do their job or ICE to do their job, and now they're the problem, and they're getting videoed and they're getting complained on. They're trying to pass a law, I think, in California, not allowing the agents to cover their faces, saying not only do you have to go risk your life.
What's the argument for them covering their faces?
So they're not identified.
Well, but cops have to be identified.
They're not cops. They work for the feds, man.
They're law enforcement, though. Is that a good? What's the argument? I'm not.
Because they're getting. So you're dealing with more dangerous people. You're dealing.
I
with,
love your flip flop stance because this is not the typical liberal Mike that wants all cops to be not exposed, but accounted for. And now you're like, oh, the feds can fucking.
So here's my argument.
Wrap their face.
Should all cops be walking around with rifles, short barrel rifles, and silencers? No, but SWAT should be, because they specifically do a.
So
certain...
you don't think that people can have short barreled rifles and silencers in their patrol car?
It's cool,
dude.
If they train it. Most guys, here's what happened, bro. What happens is cops go, ooh, that looks cool. I'm going to get one too. They've never shot the fucking gun. They have no idea why they have it. Like leg strap. Listen to me. You're going to get me on a fucking rant now. Every
Don't
fucking
forget we're
cop.
going back to the feds masking their face.
Every cop has a goddamn leg strap on. They have no reason why. I wore one for 2 days. My gun wouldn't fucking move in my seat, and I couldn't get it off my leg. I've been in foot pursuit after foot pursuit. The gun flies around. The handle is still right there if your gear's set up right, but now everybody's got a leg strap. That's my leg strap story. Back to the feds. They're doing a more dangerous job. They're doing a job that is leading to, there's gangs, there's all this border problems. It's a huge issue. I think it's okay for them to cover their face because they're enforcing a different law. Local cops, what's your name and badge number? Sean Reyes, the Long Island Auditor, a great dude, trying to get him on. I understand the Constitution, identifying yourself, but when we see some of those videos go too far, it'd be nice for the cops to go, fuck you, and be able to walk away, but they can't. In this case, they're enforcing something that has been let go and let go and let go and let go to where it's overrun the nation.
And they're hated for enforcing it.
They're hated for enforcing it.
See
So in the mere part of being able to, keep their identity somewhat safe from being attacked. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a huge fan of the federal government by any means. This isn't like if they try to gun grab or ATF, I'm all against it.
What's your thought about? Okay, so local. That's my big thing. Is local law enforcement is there for the people, for the population. They are one of the population ordained and chosen by an elected official to enforce social contract theory. The tribe, the way the tribe determines by election and by laws and by voting how they want things to be in that area. The police officer is, ideally a member of the community that has a badge and enforces that law. However, that's where I think that, yes, their name and badge number, because they need to be held accountable. But you're saying that federal agents are not a member of any community. They are there to enforce federal law this law has been pushed back on so hard that, it's in their best interest to cover their face.
Yes, and also, what the fuck does it matter? What does it matter if their face is covered? Now?
What if
it's different?
What if we police the streets?
We don't.
I
agree with it. But
what would
we
it
should.
matter?
No, it would, because
Why?
I agree with you. Because I agree with.
Oh, I want you to say it. Tyler was right. No, you. So
I
you
agree with you about the local stuff.
Okay, all right.
I agree with you, but just like the U.S. military does more things than the National Guard or more things than local police, there's a place for that. That is the difference. As a cop, you signed up for that job. You knew those going in ahead of time. But I still don't think the forefathers, in their mind, thought there would be a public records database like the property appraiser where you could look everybody's address up and just show up at their house. I don't think they planned it that way, but it happened. But my point is, let them cover their face. Plus, there's all kinds of other reasons. They're getting spit on during a riot environment. There's gas being sprayed.
Look at it like this: if you like a specialized unit in the military, when federal agents get deployed to a city, an unrest, or a city like where they're enforcing ICE, they are deployed to a hot area, and they're immediately faced with resistance. They're not just like cops. Most of the time, you're chilling, you're talking with the community, you're drinking coffee, and then when you go on a call, you're faced with resistance. These guys are literally deployed. As soon as they hit the streets, they're usually faced with opposition. And I could see where, that's where their face and their IDs and their badges, like, hey, this is our last line. This is from the President of the United States telling you to get the fuck back and go home.
Yeah, it's ultimate. And, it's also just, it's press. We used to do task force operations and
It looks cool.
But I'm saying we would, as regular cops, we'd take 10 or 12 guys on a detail and go to a neighborhood and just hit it hard. More than probably what ICE is doing right now.
Yeah.
But it was just regular cars, regular star on the cars, no big deal. As soon as that first government agent steps out that says ICE on the back, I don't care if there's 5 of them working with 30 regular cops. Oh my God, ICE is in town. ICE is hitting Gifford. ICE is everywhere. It becomes an instant thing where it's like, we were doing that with regular uniforms last week. We arrested 40 people in a weekend. Nobody said a word about it. Now that you see one, even when I was in the DA task force, when I had to slap on the little gay-ass DA logo, it said, no, it's the DA police, or, like this one here, U.S. Marshals, which isn't gay. DA is U.S. Marshals Task Force. You had to put that on. As soon as somebody sees that, it changes the level of how they look at it. Oh, the feds are here. The Fed. It's a cool story. Hey man, I saw a local cop at the gas station. Cool. Dude, I saw the feds. I saw ICE at the gas station.
Do you think when ICE is doing their operations within the parameters of the law, like Jimmy always likes to say, do you think when they're doing these operations they need to be wearing ICE markers, or do you think law enforcement or police will suffice?
I don't think that's schematics.
I'm dead serious. As an American, I'm asking you, Mike.
I don't know. I mean,
because as long as they're wearing police or law enforcement,
I like the word police because it's universal.
Yeah.
So
you don't know. You just know the police, or you don't know why.
If you're Hispanic, you don't speak English, you're from another country, the word police is kind of like a snake. You see it, you know it, you look at it, it's there. We all know an elephant looks like. So it's like you see the word police. It's pretty simple. When you start putting, U.S. Marshals Task Force, somebody might look like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, what do you might work for a security company.
Yeah.
So the fact that the word police is on them, again, I don't really care what it says.
They all have their different people that they kind of go after. So obviously, if you're at the gas station and an ICE guy walks in, everybody that's illegal is going to go, shit.
Yeah.
Whereas if you might have a fucking bench warrant and a U.S. Marshals Task Force guy walking in, you might be like, shit.
Yeah, different, right?
Yeah.
You're a regular dude with a warrant. you're not an immigrant, and you see a ICE agent, you're like, I don't give a fuck.
Because they know
me.
the local cops aren't going to do anything.
Yeah.
So speaking of ICE and the local cops, what is this that you have on is it Portland?
Yes. So there's a video. Do we have it?
What?
There's a video.
I don't know.
Oh,
do we?
Jimmy sent it. Hold on.
Oh, is it? Okay, just send it from Copville. So I'll go ahead and speak on it a little bit. from what Jimmy has reported to me and Mike, is that in Portland, local law enforcement is working with protesters
Yes.
to report ICE agents and taking photographs of them.
To help, yes.
Who the fuck are they reporting them to?
To complain, like, but back to ICE
What,
headquarters.
to ICE headquarters that ICE is doing their job?
Yes. So hopefully this works. This is a Twitter link.
Jimmy's like, I have more. Jimmy, should we call you when we're done talking about it on our perspective and get yours? Can you talk? Oh, is it in the Instagram?
Yeah, it's in my Instagram.
This is radio shows in 2025. Is it in the Instagram?
It's somewhere.
I can't wait till we can go live audio-wise.
I can't wait till we can just think it and it happens.
Is this it?
Yeah.
That's what it pulls up.
Yeah, that's it. Is it
Okay.
going to work? Are you going to be able to get it in there?
Is it?
It's a Twitter link.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, man.
I don't know if
You guys are killing me. All right, we'll talk about it while Lewis figures it out.
Well, basically, it's
this is gonna pull up.
That's fine. That works.
Yeah.
All right, play it.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can you mute us?
Put your hands on me, that's gonna be a problem. But at the end of the day, I'm peacefully protesting, I'm peacefully showing going on. I got a reputation, I got respect. I interviewed everybody down here. I interviewed the police, everybody down here about why they down here, what they down here for. My name is Ted City. I have an Instagram. My Instagram is _Mike_Michael.
Thank you, man.
EX7.
Yeah, I pressed hard. So we can try to solve it. Is she still down there?
The other good people that were sprayed. There's one block north of Lowell.
So
What in the hell did I just look at?
What is being alleged there is that they're collecting data on ICE. They're helping complaints. And if you hear right at the very end, he's directing. That's Antifa. Those are fucking
It's
criminals.
a domestic terrorist.
Yeah,
organization.
he's directing them. If you hear him, he tells them like where to go.
So Antifa is working with local law enforcement.
Correct.
In any kind of conjunction, that is not acceptable at all. I don't care
It's
what the
terrorism.
fuck
It's
we're doing.
domestic terrorism, dude.
So do you think the local cops in Portland are just liberal dipshits?
Yeah, yeah. I think that whole place is shot, and I think that.
Or do you think they're getting
Well,
orders and directives from?
Here's the problem. It goes as easy as my agency. My union guys at the agency I work at are cucks, and they won't stand up for what's right because I'm up for promotion. I'm looking at sergeant. I want to be a lieutenant. Getting railroaded by contract after contract. So you take that on a very small level in a very Republican county where we are supported. Now you take it to an area where everybody's liberal, and now they're all crooked, and then you have this guy who is probably indoctrined to be liberal, that all the drug dealers are victims. Oh, it's poor. You grew up in a poor neighborhood. It's okay. We got you. Now it's become where they let people take over the police departments and all that crazy shit. So now it's like, here come these big bad feds who are doing something, and they've been trained and brainwashed into being part of the problem, and now they're sympathizing with a domestic terrorist organization to help combat the federal government.
I can't.
Is it because they feel that way, or is it because they sold their fucking soul for a pension and a paycheck? In the words of the great Steve Ladner, self-proclaimed heroes that have no duty to act, that are willing to negotiate with terrorists to keep a job and a paycheck because they got kids at home to feed, and they're not willing to take a stand against it.
Well, here's my thing: is that there's no excuse to work with Antifa. So we're taking that out. There's no excuse. I don't care what it is. There's no excuse. But could you argue that these Portland cops are, what I just said earlier, representatives of their community? And they think like their community. They think like Portland people. They think with that liberal mindset. And so therefore, if they grew up together and one guy went Antifa, the other guy went to the police academy, they're probably going to think the same. And so therefore, they're a community in a fight against the federal government.
Sounds a lot like Charles Manson. Sounds like they created a similar situation, right?
We're confusing the shit out of you because now I sound like a liberal.
Sounds a lot like Charles Manson.
MAGA Mike over here, liberal Tyler.
Or what Branch Davidians, what was that? David Koresh?
Koresh, yeah.
Sounds a lot like that. I mean, he grew up around the people. They had their beliefs. They set their own. You can't violate. You can't collectively carry a badge and a gun, violate the Constitution in any way, shape, or form, and call yourself anything. I don't care. That's like saying I grew up around drug dealers. I'm a cop now. Fuck it. I'm gonna let drug dealers do their thing because I grew up with them. So it's you can't.
Yeah, it's the law. And
the law is the law.
on
Is the law.
bad
Now,
guys.
is there discretion in speeding and throwing some weed away and all? Yes, 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 yes. Is there discretion in allowing the government to be overthrown and assisting terrorist groups? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's my argument. It's like it's a tough argument to have with like Chicago and Portland and all these big cities where now the cops are just as bad as the people and criminals. So now you have an entire city that's willing to negotiate with Antifa and domestic terrorism, and now it's just accepted.
Why do you say Antifa?
I don't know. I can't pronounce it right.
Antifa?
Antifa? I don't
Yeah.
like it.
Antifa.
The I doesn't look long to me.
All right. Do we have an assistant yet?
Assistant?
I need my coffee heated up.
No.
All right.
We
All right.
don't.
Anyway,
We're working on one.
We got to hit up some sponsors, man. Our boys at GhostBed. Go to ghostbed.com/antihero. Save 10% on their already low prices and mattresses and bedding. One of the OG sponsors here. They've got everything from pillow top. What do you call that? Pillow top mattress things with a really comfy thing to put on your mattress. They have pillows. They have the cooling patented technology sheets where you can lay under a sheet and still feel cool. And then, of course, they've got their mattresses that they ship to you. So if you want a good discount and you want what?
Go ahead, finish.
Good discount and on your mattresses and bedding. What?
Go ahead.
Go to ghostbed.com/antihero and save 10%. I've got to continue reading ads, Mike. What? No, now I can't. What?
Go ahead.
Is it in the chats?
No, go ahead. Just finish.
All right. You got me all fucking flustered. Tasty Gains.
The best, right here.
We use them all day long.
Yeah, I just ate them before we started.
I took my nootropics. But anyways, tastygains.com, promo code Antihero, save 20% on your creatine and your pre-workout, already in gummy form. No bullshit powders, no containers preloaded. You just pack the gummies with you in your bag, and you go along your day. When you hit the gym, you take your gummies. The creatine ones especially taste like fruit snacks, so be very careful because you're only supposed to take 5 a day, but you'll end up taking 10 because they taste so good. And then their new line of nootropics, that's their Alpha Brain. I take 2 of those a day. It keeps me very clear in the head and very cognitive. So they also have a women's line for any of the women that are out here. Heather promotes them on her podcast, Unfiltered and Unfazed, and it's creatine gummies for women, and it has a bunch of stuff in it for the women system that I'm not going to speak on. Tastygains.com tastygains.com, promo code Antihero, save 20%. And our fucking boy Jim at Elevated Silence, man.
My man.
He is a great dude.
Yes,
ElevatedSilence.com. Use promo code Antihero. Save 15% off your silencer. They make the best silencers out there. Anything from a 300 Norman to a 22 short, all coated with a secret sauce that allows for no carbon buildup on the inside of each suppressor. All mounting options are available to suit your desires. Very little blowback on the Dora HD556 while still maintaining ultimate noise reduction. Elevated Silence just wants to make a world a quieter place. If you're going to get a can for your gun, go to Jim. He personalizes everything. You can talk to him. ElevatedSilence.com, promo code Antihero15, save 15%.
He's a great dude.
He's an awesome dude.
One of my favorite days was going shooting with him and Eddie, and the way he was,
that was
how
fun.
cool he was, and how I'd never shot.
Talk about a guy that built himself from the ground up. He's still just a humble dude.
The coolest.
The
best.
coolest.
The best, man.
No ego on that guy. What were you laughing about?
Here's this voicemail we just got.
Should I just read it?
No, don't read it.
Uh.
Well, you can. I don't care. We got people calling in begging to be unblocked.
Okay.
What platform do you know?
Yeah, I think I know.
Okay. We just got a text call in to be asked to be somebody to be.
Well, we have all right, here's the thing, man, is we have teams of people. I'll figure out what platform. But yeah, give me a second, Jay. We got a voicemail from somebody named Jay. He called.
Yeah, he called. I can play the voicemail. I mean, he left.
No, let me look into it while we talk about the NBA.
Okay.
All right.
We got the NBA.
Well, you brought it up.
Yeah, there's a breaking. I saw that Kash Patel talking gambling. Hold on, gambling ring FBI. So one of the coaches went down, but yeah, NBA's Chauncey Billups among 31 arrested in some type of large poker ring. And again, should the feds be worried about it?
You reading it?
Yeah. NBA gambling involves the Toronto Rangers, not a real team, which doesn't exactly inspire confidence in the quality of their investigation. So I guess they said some dumb stuff in the thing, but Chauncey Billups, who I do know is a player and coach, is apparently FBI arrests Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier in alleged mafia-run illegal gambling ring. So, breaking news, if you guys want to check it out, that is happening right now. Akash Patel was giving a press conference. I guess NBA players are illegally gambling, if you can believe that. That's a huge problem in sports. Another thing that drives me crazy. The racket that gets run on all these gambling apps, if you don't think that stuff's being manipulated to go a certain way in Vegas and all these bookies are pushing that stuff a certain way, that's why I'd rather risk it at the blackjack table than bet on sports. You see the most ridiculous things happen every week. This can't happen. There's no way this guy misses his field goal. They had a guy earlier this year. They uncovered a ring in baseball where some of these apps you could pick the result of the next pitch. So like the first inning, third inning starts. What will the first pitch be? A ball or strike? And some guy threw the ball about 8 feet short of home plate and bounced it. And they like looked into him, and he was consistently bet throughout the season for big bets involving like a first pitch of an inning, and he was in on the whole thing. So I don't really like talking about sports on here.
Why not, dude? We need
I don't
to
think
talk
anybody.
more
I don't
about
think anybody.
sports.
I don't
Does
think
anybody like
digs it.
sports on here?
I don't think. I like these messages where somebody spelled out his name. He spelled it J-A.
I'm trying to find what he's talking about.
Like, look how he spelled it out. That's how he did it on the thing. Look at that. Means he said it like that. J-A what? Like he spelled it out for us. I don't block. I only have, I think, 12 people blocked on my entire Copville page. And my problem is, if you want to debate, I will debate. But when you start going crazy or you have a fake profile, I'm not going to argue with a fake profile. I'm not going to waste my time. You want to know something? You want to talk about it? There's a seat. There's a call-in. I'll give you a platform on mine. I know psychopath in Daytona that works for Progressive Insurance. He likes to claim he's blocked. I did block him. I did block that guy because I'm not going to debate with a maniac that makes, that first of all, gets 11 likes on per post. But if you want to talk like men, I'll have him on. I don't have a problem with that.
What?
Fuckface.
Oh.
I don't have a problem having him on. I'll talk to him.
Who's fuckface?
Your boy, Kyle.
Oh. No, he ain't coming.
It's funny because he has my number, but he doesn't. He never called me. He doesn't. I don't know.
All right, we'll get to Jay. I can't do it in the middle of the show, but I got to figure out what he's talking about, what platform he's talking about.
He does get 11 likes per post unless I go there. That's why I block him, because then I go give him engagement, and he gets like 14.
So, cops put out. You said the. So
Need
the
more
government
sports. They want
sports. They want a sports section. We don't have to spend the whole fucking episode on it.
Yeah,
but
well,
if you guys
okay.
want a
I'll
sports
give
recap.
well, today's Thursday, so really you got Thursday night football tonight. You got NBA starting back up. You got hockey starting
did
back
you tell
up.
them we have our sports show?
Yeah,
on
we do have
Top Boy?
Mondays at 7. Counterculture. We have Counterculture Sports, which is a weekly recap, Sunday recap of all the football and hot topics.
With K9.
K9 and Sipo are on. I was trying to get him here tonight, but he's got a prior commitment for the night shift. But he's free actually on Mondays, so we may have K9 come over on a Monday, talk about his Counterculture Sports. But if I had more hours in a day, I do like sports, but I don't want to talk about. I can't be on the air every 5 minutes. It gets crazy.
Yeah.
So we got a sports guy. Come on down. You're in Orlando. You want to run sports? We'll give you a studio and a platform to talk sports all day.
The government shutdown. We got a lot of messages about that one. Nobody's happy about it. And you said the Orlando Air Show
Yeah.
was canceled because of the government shutdown?
Yes. Orlando Air Show. Things are being canceled now.
What the hell does that have to do with the government?
Oh, he did. I guess like they're government planes. I don't think people are.
Oh, so they're
not flying around.
military planes. I
Yeah,
thought
they're
they
not.
were privately owned planes.
I don't think
like
F-16s and stuff.
Oh no, if that's what they're flying, then
Yeah.
that's government. Oh, so yeah, they're
We got other breaking news.
what?
President Donald Trump just pardoned Changpeng CZ Zhao, the convicted founder of Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange. Yeah, he was the one that Trump's on fire, dude. They paid out $4.3 billion to resolve the Department of Justice investigation by former Attorney General Merrick Garland. Oh, man. Big money. I don't know. Sometimes Trump does things I don't know if I agree with. A lot of times. Guys are going to prison for, like, huge money schemes, and he just pardoned that guy.
Somebody just said they arrested the head coach of the Trailblazers.
That's what I'm saying. It's going down, dude. The NBA's, yes, that's Billups.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then a Miami Heat player got arrested. There's some type of mafia. I'm a Giants fan, so I don't like talking sports. The Giants got hosed this week. Lost last week as I was flying back. Sal likes sports, but he likes the fucking Eagles and the Phillies, so we don't want to talk about them.
All right. Hey, go do me a favor. Run the ad for Vengeance real quick. My boy Jason out at Vengeance. Great company. And he made a great promo.
Over a century ago in 1910, the Flexner Report, funded by John D. Rockefeller and the Carnegie Foundation, re-engineered medical education from a holistic, whole-body approach, which appropriately treated the body as an interconnected system, to a compartmentalized approach under the guise of specialized medicine. They shut down or consolidated medical schools, marginalized naturopathic, homeopathic, and chiropractic medicine, replacing them with symptom management and synthetic drugs. Allopathy is a marketing strategy rooted in fear and manipulated science. This philosophy carried into veterinary medicine, resulting in over-vaccination, unnecessary surgeries, and manufactured food, just like they did for people. They call it care, but it's predatory and based in profitability. The truth? Toxicity, compromised immunity, and chronic inflammation. They're not fate. They're engineered. And so is your power to undo them. We built 3 targeted formulas to return the body to homeostasis, for pets and people. To detox, defend, and restore. We are the correction to decades of corruption. We are vengeance.
And we're back. I've got to turn it. FlatlineFiberCompany.com. Use promo code Antihero15. Since their founding in 2019, Flatline Fiber Companies strive to create the highest gear, quality gear with real-world functionality, trusted by SWAT teams, high-level military units, and police agencies and civilian users across the globe. They make gear you can trust, made in America with a lifetime warranty. You got to get a rifle sling. You got to get an IFAK. You got to get a dump pouch, baseline bag. Go to FlatlineFiberCompany.com and use promo code Antihero15 to save 15%. All right, we're done with the ads.
That's it.
Good dudes, though. All good dudes.
All good dudes, yes. Man, FBI, this is a big story, dude. Head coaches, players.
I need to call that guy right now.
You want to call him?
Yeah, but I need you to talk about the guy that you got fired in the video, where it's at, where he can find it.
Is it in the? Did I send it to you?
I don't know. So can you send it to Antihero? Now
It should be in there. It's on my page. So anyway, I'll give you a story about what happened. I went to a budget hearing. So I'm pretty active in my town with the local budget. I went to a budget hearing and I walked in and I got verbally attacked, and he took my phone, which has all the good stuff in it. Go to I don't know if it's still in my story. Go to Instagram while I'm talking about it. And go to Copville and see if it's still in my story. I don't think it is. Click on the story. No, next one. No, it's gone. God, dog it. Go back to my page real quick. I don't think I posted. Anyway, so I go to a meeting, and there's a local activist in town, and I did a podcast episode on it. So if you go to Copville OG on YouTube, you'll see the whole episode from the last one. It's called Team Success. You know, this guy, this is small town politics and nonsense. This guy named Mike Marsh, back years ago, just trashed our deputies, followed them around the courthouse, recording, kind of being an auditor, but not a good one. Like, some of these auditors aren't terrible. But long story short, he, did my phone? No, he's on my phone still. So, long story short, I walk into his meeting, I sit down, he turns around and just starts screaming at me. It gets picked up on the camera for this community meeting, and the Board of County Commission, the head guy has to tell this guy to calm down. He's a fat slob. Like, I'll whip his ass. That's not the problem. I'm trying to be professional. I'm not going to get in a pissing match. And he carries on and carries on. I leaned forward after he was done screaming at me, and I said very simply, "You have no idea what you just did," which he didn't. I think he thought it was 2014 and we all had little handheld potato phones. So I went home and I posted on Facebook that, what this guy did. And he's hated within the community by a lot of people. The problem is he directly connected to Eric Flowers, the Indian River County Sheriff, and their buddies because they run a nonprofit, and they're in bed together. So he's a direct extension of the sheriff, screaming and yelling at a budget hearing. So I went home, made a post. He jumped on there, threatened to sue me. I think threatened to fight me, threatened some of my family indirectly in a post, and I said, okay, off we go. Well, I got 40, 50 messages about him. One of them led me to his criminal history in Tampa, which I didn't know existed. And I did an episode, and I put out, he was arrested for burglary, grand theft, all kinds of stuff. He was arrested for domestic violence locally, perjury, illegal wiretapping laws. He's all kinds. He's a convicted felon, but he hangs out with the sheriff. So if you want to check that episode out on Cobbville OG, it's the last episode I posted, and
that shit was probably some of the funniest shit I've ever seen.
let me go send this to YouTube or to the thing now so you guys can see it.
I think he thought I was going to call him on the live.
He's trying to play it up.
He's like, I ain't answering that.
Oh, so
You got the clip of the guy?
Yeah.
Copville.
I want to play. Yeah, let me send that to Antihero. So this was let's see, boom.
We are sending the file now.
Yeah, here's that, and then.
Do you eat before you do these?
No,
I don't either.
You
I'm
don't
always
always hear,
starving around
but,
this time.
How come you not have breakfast? Like, that's not so healthy.
Whoa, Lewis speaks up. That's not so. No, you're right. I need to eat breakfast.
hold on.
Usually it's just a lot of
I got a
coffee.
little nervous tonight because Cobbville was in the building.
Yeah, play that one. So this is so after he screamed and yelled at me, I was there about an hour. I left, and I sent this clip to you, and I sent it to Dom Izzo, and they said you can't. He said you can't pay money to have a promo pump locally, and I can tell you I've added 150 local Facebook followers, which was my goal to get people locally watching the Cobbville podcast to be valid local news. But if you want to play that video, the one with the guy standing at the podium,
It's fucking hilarious.
Unfortunately, I got a little nervous tonight because Cobbville was in the building, so I'm trying to compose myself.
So that is
Coppville's in the building.
and he called me by my name, Cobbville. He knows my real name.
Iconic.
It just, I couldn't have paid him. I couldn't have walked in and said, "Hey, dude, I want you to go to the
I need this
I want you to
footage.
go to the podium and say this." So now it's part of my
Intro?
intro.
To your
That's the
podcast?
last part of my intro. There's two other videos in there that I kind of go on a rant. It'll give you like a preview of the episode. I don't know if you want to play.
Oh, I
one of
haven't
those.
seen those, no.
Yeah, if you want to play those, I sent two other clips. If you want to play those, kind of me talking about what's going on with this guy and his connection to the sheriff and what it's unfortunate that the sheriff's office hangs around with these type of people. Lewis, go back in there. Lewis,
Pay attention, Lewis.
He quit on us there. Go back in the DMs there and play one of those other videos.
Yo,
You have a
what's that?
guy around your deputies who start that one over and play that. This is my angle because this guy's a bad person. So go ahead. You have a guy around your deputies who harassed the sheriff's office and made those employees, I bet, borderline suicidal for poor Lacey and the way she was blasted over World Star over that video. And then Craig Timmer, I remember talking to Timmer time and time again about how the complaints just kept rolling in. Mike Marsh made his life miserable. Now Mike Marsh has a key to the city. He can walk around that agency any place he wants. He drives his truck around, and there's no recourse for those people that got affected by this. What a great sheriff to bring that guy around. Horse steroids. And Mike Marsh is rambling about horses. How does he know that? How does he get that information? I don't care. Equipose. Look it up. I don't care. But how does he have that information? How does he get that inside information? Seems pretty. All right, so that's two of the clips I have. Now I'm going to play the clip that he went viral for originally, which was where he harassed one of our deputies, and there's a lieutenant in this video. Now, does he have a right to film in the courthouse? Yes. Does he have a First Amendment right to videotape? Yes. I want you to look at the beta cuck lieutenant who plays into it, and the female is in court in Class A getting ready to testify. She's getting ready to testify in like
Sometimes
a PK.
I do not know where you stand on this stuff, Mike, because
You're
you're working with auditors right now that would love to do this.
You can do it. He did, but like I said about the guy shutting the trunk and just getting away, he should have interjected. You watch the video, and then he should have. This girl's getting ready to test. It's not like she's walking around the street. She's prepared to go testify in a trial. So go ahead. You can play it. This is his viral video. Now, before it plays, this man is now a best friend of Indian River County Sheriff Eric Flowers. His nonprofit has a front door key to walk in the sheriff's office whenever he wants. There are hundreds of pictures of them together on Facebook. This is what he did to the very deputies.
I love it when you get excited. You go like this.
I can't fucking stand it.
You go like this.
Go ahead, play this video.
Hey guys, we're live at the Indian River County Courthouse with the greatest lieutenant. Lieutenant, am I allowed to record right here?
You are. It's a public area.
Okay, is it okay to record any deputy that I want?
It is legal, yes.
It is legal. Look, it's Lacey Thomas. Hey, Lacey. Remember when you falsely arrested me? How you doing? Remember when those charges got dropped? Look at you with stripes. What are you now? Corporal Lacey? Look at that, guys. It's Corporal Lacey Thomas of the Indian River County Sheriff's Office. See, Miss Lacey back in the day had me arrested, and when she accidentally sent the wrong information to the state attorney's office, the case got dropped. Damn, Lacey. Back to school you go, huh?
All right. Am I on?
Yeah.
Okay. Mike, this is the most confusing shit ever. Because if this wasn't your Indian River County case that you're exposing, you would be all over that guy saying he's right with it.
You're missing it. I am okay with what he did.
So what's wrong with that? Other than
she
an asshole.
She should have walked. She should have been directed by the lieutenant to go get her head right in a closed office, which is right next door, to go sit and be ready to testify. That's not the time to be dealing with that. So what he's doing, I don't have a problem with what he's doing.
Okay.
That's fine. You can do it. As a supervisor or a lieutenant, you should have the wherewithal to go, my deputy who's getting ready to testify in a trial has to get on the stand, which is not easy. It's very nerve-wracking. Go get on the stand and go testify in front of a jury in a criminal investigation that has nothing to do with that guy. Don't let her get exposed to that. Go, hey, Lacey, there's a door right there. There's a private jury room for jury deliberation.
So you're mad at that lieutenant for not telling a grown-ass adult what they should do?
No. Because now she is in a position, I'm sure, uncomfortable in.
So she's a fucking cop.
She is.
She's a supervisor. She can't think for herself to go in a room?
She's probably. You ever had anybody do that to you? I'm not just asking. Listen. Females shouldn't be cops, right? So we can go down that road. But
she's a supervisor.
She's a corporal.
Able
They're
to
not
take
supervisors.
Able to take someone's life.
Correct.
Able to take away your constitutional rights. But she's too dumb to figure out that she can just go away from this guy.
No,
you're saying it's the lieutenant's fault.
No, she's caught off guard.
Who cares? It's part of the job, Mike. He's allowed to be in there.
Okay.
She should have closed her trunk.
So actually, I agree with you. That's not my argument, though. I think he's a beta. I think the lieutenant's
You're trying
to
show that this guy's an asshole.
What I'm saying is, though, that guy, Mike Marsh.
Mike Marsh.
He now is an associate of the sheriff.
That's fucked up. That the sheriff, his best friend.
And
is
if we
that
sat
guy.
here, I'm not going to replay my whole episode. Please go watch it. It's a really good episode.
Copville YouTube.
Copville OG on YouTube. It's called the Team Success Success episode.
It's doing really well.
It is doing very well locally. But my point of that is this guy also bashed the sheriff. And my thing here is like, how do they become friends? Because it's money, politics, and bullshit. But so what he did, yes, he's allowed to videotape. I have no problem with that. I would have liked to seen, if that was me and I walked by, I would be like, hey, Lacey, just don't, you get in shock. You're like, oh God, here I am. I'm thinking about this trial. This guy walks up. I'd have been like, go over there, get in the room. Or I'd start talking to the dude. Like, hey man, let me talk to you. But that is this argument right? Do we white knight for females? Do we help them? Do we do more for them? That guy did nothing. But my argument on all this is that guy now has a direct connection to the sheriff. He's a sheriff's friend. He terrorized deputies. He pulled body cam. He pulled car cam. If you were speeding, he filed a speeding complaint against you. If he saw you dip in your mouth, he would go down and file a complaint. He was just a terror. Is it all valid? Yep. You can complain on anybody you want. But he terrorized the neighborhood. Or he terrorized the sheriff's office. And then the sheriff brings him in as an associate.
Well, did you mention he got fired?
Yeah, so I did. I understand this gentleman, Mike. He challenged me and threatened to sue me. And here's another thing he did that was very stupid. I talked about this. I waited tables in January of this year. I was bored. I was like sitting home.
You got to clear that up on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
You shared the new studio, and you said this is much better than waiting tables, my guy.
Yes,
And but without context, everybody was like, "Dude, are you shitting on people?"
No,
waiting
I know.
tables?
I think the people who knew. But what I was saying was, he decides to come at me in my comments on Facebook. If you go to my Facebook, Michael Dilks, you'll see me with this hat on. He jumped in the comments when I posted about the incident, and he said he mocked me for waiting tables. And what happened? Every waiter and person involved in the restaurant industry came out and said, "Are you mocking the profession?" I waited tables for 2 months because I was fucking bored, and I'm sitting at home going, "I'm retired. I got Copville. I got nothing to do." I'm like, so I went to the guy that I helped him with the idea of starting a meal prep business. And it got me back running my mouth in public and talking to people. So it was very good for me to get my head right and get back out of, like, there's a little depression that follows 23 years of law enforcement and not being a cop anymore. But he shit on the service industry. It backfired. And then he worked for a attorney in town.
So he was actually the one insulting the service industry.
Correct. And then he worked for an attorney in town. And I understand that after wearing his shirt and causing a scene he no longer does.
Oh, so he did that when he did his little Copville's in the building. I'm trying to compose myself. He was wearing his employer shirt.
And at the beginning, if I didn't clip it, but at the very beginning of that meeting, when it first comes on, you can hear him yelling at me, and all over nothing. I was a very aggressive cop. You'd see videos, obviously, on my demotion video and all that. I'm yelling at the guy and all that. I have done a 180, and I am completely opposite. You see, you even get mad at me on sometimes. You're so soft-spoken. You talk
when
like
you
this.
do your own podcast, you talk like this, and because it's more informative. It's less.
Yes.
Your podcasts are more about getting information out there rather than being entertaining.
I have an older community. If I'm swearing and yelling and carrying on, and even in this one, that's the most excited you're going to see me because I'm trying to let them know I'm not just some maniac that doesn't like the sheriff that's yelling and screaming. I'm here with actual facts, going very calmly. Blah, 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 blah. This is the information. Here's the video. Here it is. Because I will not get online and say something unless I can back it up with receipts. I'm not going to speculate. I'm like, here's the arrest. Here's this guy's arrest. Here's him with the sheriff. Here's him posting this. Here's him running his mouth. Like, it's all there. But then I'm a bad guy.
Yeah.
And you threaten me. He threatened to sue me, which I thought was funny that I got a team of lawyers. Well, he just lost his team. He lost his job. He lost his job with his team of lawyers. And he threatened to sue me. And I always say,
Are we ever gonna do counterculture main event?
I would. There's too many people to fight.
Dude, me and you should just fucking do mixed martial arts bouts in Orlando and do a live podcast the night prior, do weigh-ins, like do a whole thing, and you and Mike Marsh just fucking duke it out. I'll fucking knock. I can't say it. I'll beat the shit out of somebody I need to. You think you'd win?
They're not showing up.
They wouldn't show up.
I'll do it.
They'll clip you.
Yeah,
but they won't show up.
No, they won't show up. But then they'll flip that back at violence. I'm not here for violence. I'm not here to fight. I'm here to debate. Like,
all right,
I'd let him walk in and sit here. I know you wouldn't, but I would.
Fuck that. Yeah,
you can stay outside that day. I don't have a problem with it.
Let's see here. You were on. So this blew my mind because you were talking about old people, and I was watching your Ian Bick episode last night.
Mm-hmm.
You joined the Army in 1996, bro.
I did.
I was in the second grade, maybe first grade, depending on what time of the year.
I did.
Man, I will give it to you, Mike. You maintain yourself in a non-homo way very well. Like, I would have guessed you're like...
Everybody knocks steroids,
You were
man.
like 40, 42 tops?
Yeah, I'm 50. 40. I'm 49. I'll be 50 in May.
Oh, you're not even in your 50s yet.
No, but
I
lived a backwards life.
Like
out of shape. I was in great shape when I joined the military, and then I did what every other cop does: is join and get fat. And then I woke up one day and I was like, 2014, I was like, nope, today's the day. And I went and joined the local gym.
I was so excited to do a Patreon drop of your investigation, and then Ian Bick dropped it last night for YouTube. So I was like, damn it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of views too. There's more. We get that Votrabek guy over. It'll kind of spin off of what I talked about on Ian Bick.
Let's talk about Ian Bick. What was that like? So if you don't know who Ian Bick is, he's associated with what's that guy's name?
No,
I thought he was associated with who's the biggest YouTuber of all time?
Oh, Mr. Beast.
He's associated with him, right?
He's had him on.
Okay.
Ian Bick went to federal prison for I believe 3 years for some type of money crime, something to do with investing and all that. And he got out and he started this podcast. And he is a really good dude. His studio is amazing. And when you walk in, this guy, if you haven't seen Ian Bick, Locked In with Ian Bick, you walk in, you walk into a door and you think, oh, it's just in a regular building, looks like a basic office. You open the door and it's like walking into like Disney without a lot of gay people. It's like walking into Disney. He's got pictures with the Kardashians. He's got pictures with Mike Tyson. He's got pictures with Mr. Beast. He's done all these celebrity podcasts. He recreated like his jail cell from the feds. He's got a replica 2-scale jail cell in there. His wife does a podcast. He's got a bar. He's got a place to you can rent and record your own. He's got a dog running around, which I liked. He's got his dad. There's dad talking about age and staying in shape. His dad is 80. Dude's just in immaculate shape, hanging out in the studio. So
what do you think somebody? Well, I mean, just out of curiosity, I'm not trying to pose in anybody's business, but like, what do you think someone? When you get out of prison, typically you never are rich, and this guy has clearly got a lot of money for the studio that he has.
He's doing. I don't know. I mean, people want. So I would think it would be easier if you have a good personality and you've been in prison. I think more people are gonna. People don't like cops. And only
he supports.
He's very
got a very open platform.
Yeah, he cuts cops on all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Great dude. Absolutely great dude, man. But nobody. If we sat here, and I have hundreds of really cool stories, nobody gives a fuck about those SWAT entries. They don't want to hear that. But when you've been to prison, and you've been through all that. That's cool, and people want to hear about it. And then you come out and be successful, like he is, and people want to hear about it. And like I said, it's a very good production. Everything is top notch. He's just a good dude. But yeah, I mean, people want to hear those stories, and he gets inmates in, he gets former cops in, he gets all kinds of people in to tell. And that was the first time I felt, honestly, he's very easy to talk to. It was the first time I really felt comfortable to go like dive into what I was the investigation into me, and to somebody that's been in prison that understands. And I don't know, he's very successful. He's a good dude, and I'd love to have him on down here and have him come.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And our guest, guy came last week from Milwaukee. The guy was on Give Me the Book. He's going on, and I hear a lot of people going on. I'm going on Ian Bick, and some people. That's how I found him.
Oh, I put the book. I'm doing a bookshelf thing.
Okay, so I got a DM that said, "Hey, you should go on Ian Bick." Pat.
That's
O'Connell.
Patrick O'Connell. He has the most Irish last name ever.
Yeah, so
you going on his podcast?
No, I'd say somebody suggested Ian Bick, so I just reached out and said, "Hey, somebody mentioned your podcast. I didn't know anything about him," and we ended up being up there. And I guess I got screwed. I guess he flies people in and all that. And
my
dumb ass went on my own time and drove there. So, but yeah, it is what it is, man. Good show, good stuff. Give you informant. I finally started to talk about the real morons and crooks that I worked with. All right. What's on the list? Fired guy, Ian Bick, call-ins. What do we got? Let me look. Make sure.
Anybody? Did Clint want to call in?
Yeah, we got to do a welfare check on Clint.
I hope he never runs out of jokes.
Well, since nobody listened.
What do you mean?
Nobody listens to me. I want to take Clint. Well, actually, never mind. Somebody started dealing with it. My goal with Clint is like his stories need to be rebroadcast, so everybody can listen to them.
They need to
but
be
in a
clipped.
certain way. In a certain way.
And
somebody's working on it. No, somebody. He called me yesterday and said he's like started to fool with it, and he's working on it.
All right, let me.
I'm starving, by the way. Lewis, you're right. I shouldn't do this with no. I ate cashews. Cashews in a protein shake.
What do you typically eat for breakfast, Mike?
Yogurt and granola. Right before I go work out.
Like, what time? Do you work out on?
So if Joanna, if my wife is working, like she go home at 5 o'clock this morning. If she was working, typically today I would probably go to the gym about 10. So I get up, take the dogs out, feed the dogs, hang out with the dogs a little bit, get up on my bazillion messages, catch up on all that, eat, go to the gym, work out.
What time is this? What time do you wake up?
Well, I get thrown out of bed at 5:45 when she gets home.
Oh.
And then I go out in the living room. I sleep a little bit on the couch. Then I go do the eat breakfast about 9:30, and then go to the gym about 10. Spend about an hour and a half. I get home.
You go to the gym with food in your belly?
Yeah, yogurt and granola if you want to count that as food. I don't eat a big
It's
meal.
got protein in it.
Yeah, I eat my protein. Or if I'm bored, if I'm in a hurry, I'll grab a shake at the gym. Just chug like a 40 gram protein shake, and then work out, cardio. Come home, then she usually wakes up, she eats, then she goes to work around 5. If she's off, we get up and do the same routine just together.
Okay. Or unless you're here.
Well, then I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go work out, eat and work out after this, and then back on the show at 8.
Did you like the trailer I made for the night shift?
Yeah, that what account was that? That was a different account before, right? It was funny.
No, dude.
Yeah,
no,
I'm like,
wasn't.
I'm
I'm
like,
already following it.
Wait a second. So
But
yeah,
did you like the trailer?
No, it's really good. I think the logo's good. The shirts, I ordered the shirts.
They're not in yet.
They're not in yet. No, they're coming from California, so they weren't in yet. And
But yeah, so all right. Again, we've explained it a lot. 8 o'clock tonight, Eastern time. We'll be live on the new set. We'll have some friends in. More relaxed environment. Beers flowing. Video breakdowns. That's more the show for like that type of stuff. This is turned into a broadcast, so it's as informative we can be. If we got to play videos, they're relevant to the conversation. They're not just like what's next, like we used to do on Squadcast. There's a time and place for that, and that I love getting people's opinions who aren't cops watching cops videos.
Yeah.
That's my favorite because they're like the one we posted. I still can't believe how down the middle it is the guy throwing elbows at the dude trying to kill himself.
Distractionary.
He's distracting himself from suicide.
Kill himself.
And it's great.
So can we go back? I'll go back to that with you. Once he went limp.
Hey, he stopped.
No, not from the fucking battery, but aggravated battery. Once he would have gone limp from trying to choke himself with the seatbelt, it would have loosened and he would be breathing again. You have to like not breathe for minutes while you're being choked.
So you're saying let him choke himself?
He wouldn't have died. It's just like an LVNR.
Oh my goodness!
He wouldn't have died.
Mike.
Man. You guys killed him, man. You beat the shit out of him.
He didn't die. He was saved, and he's living another day thanks to law enforcement in his area.
God, dude.
More people were commenting on the shitty elbow strikes than anything. And then he fucking topped it off. He went to close the door, and then he's like, oh shit, and he fucking does a sternum lub real quick, and he wakes up.
I like the guy on the passenger side open the door, and he's like, oh, dude, this guy's fuck. Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with this. But yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Distractionary strikes.
Most people really agreed with us on the being proactive, where our argument is that the more proactive you are, the more liability and risk you put on yourself and your career and your job. And the same dudes that don't do any of that just respond to calls, get paid the same amount of money.
Yes,
and it was very like
because
usually we used to get guys like, get out of the job if you don't want to do it. Remember those guys?
Yeah,
that was us.
Yeah,
that was us.
Yeah,
back in the day.
Well, I still take that stand because, like I said, locally, the union reps at the agency I work at are all soft. Never had their hands dirty. They're all most detectives and that clean cut dudes that don't really go out and pound the pavement.
Yeah.
And the guys who do are not going to go to a budget hearing and scream and yell about money. They're not even going to worry about voting. Most of them don't even bother going to vote because they know it's going to be unanimous for the contract, and they get screwed. Now, could you argue those dudes should speak up? Yes, but the majority in that realm just do what the agency tells them to do. Why? Oh, I'm up for promotion, man. I'm on the sergeant's list. I'm on the lieutenant's list. Man, I don't want to buck the system. I'm just going to go along with just getting railroaded in this union vote and losing. Like in our agency, we lost. They got their raises, which they're going to get them anyway. They fucking gave up holiday pay, man. They gave away money. Yeah.
All right, well, what I want to do is for people in the chat, I want to get your opinion. I want to know, what do you think about police unions if you're not a law enforcement officer? So obviously if you are a cop or a retired cop, you know that unions used to be way more effective back in the day, and they're really more effective geographically depending on where you are in the country. Like right down here in the South, police unions literally have no power. And if you're fired, they're like, well, we'll try to get your job back, but like wrongfully fired.
But then up north, it was,
Dude,
hey, you sold drugs. Oh, we got you. We'll keep your job.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep your job. So it's fucked, man.
Yeah,
it's fucked.
So I want to know in the chats what people think about police unions, because a lot of civilians don't agree that there should be police unions.
And a lot also think that we have strong unions. Like, you guys got a union, you'll be okay. Yeah, right. My fucking union rep didn't even answer the phone when I'm getting illegally called in for a fucking drug test.
Yeah.
And then he's always got to, don't get me started.
Well, I mean, what do you think? Do you think it's fair for the civilian population? Do you? I mean, because I see a lot of arguments that cops shouldn't have unions. Yeah, they have unions if they work for like Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Or if they work for, a union. Remember where'd we go? We went to
DC
to NTOA. Bro, that's
a racket.
That is a racket. So, if you don't know how real unions work, we're not even talking about police unions. Real unions make sure everybody gets paid very well and they don't have to put in shit for work. And you can't get work because the unions own all. So we show up to the Gaylord Palms in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
And we show up and we have a whole trailer full of shit, and all of a sudden this guy comes up and goes, yo, bro, you want some help with that? Now, we've been to conventions before where people have helped us because it's part of the convention. They got forklifts, they got guys, and we were like, yeah, sure, man. They brought our shit in. We were like, thank you. They were like, no problem, man. We got billed $5,000 for that. $5,000 for that.
Like 5 forklift trips into the building.
And here's the thing, dude, is it wasn't negotiable. That $5,000 was being paid. Luckily, we didn't have to pay it.
Union work.
Oh my! I've never seen anything like it.
And it was,
and most of those dudes were just sitting around all day.
There were dudes on forklifts smoking cigarettes.
They
on
all
their
smelled
phone.
like weed.
I never saw one of them move. And I lost my mic. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
And I was like, I can't believe it. So we asked the guy. Remember, we asked the guy at the shack, like, is this union work? Because we were curious. He's like, oh yeah, union. Because even the guy at the guard shack was union work. No. He's like, what? But how about the lady? Remember the lady with the pallet and getting yelled at? And
she was a supervisor, right?
I don't know what she was. And then here's the greatest part about union work. There was a dude driving around just screaming at everybody as the boss. He was the boss. One of the workers comes up to me, and I was like, hey, is that the boss? He's like, yeah, usually smoking crack. And I'm like, what?
And she was dead serious.
Dead serious. He goes, yeah, he usually leaves about noon. He goes and smokes crack the rest of the day. We don't see him for 3 days. And then he comes back. He's the supervisor.
She didn't smile?
No, it was not a joke, because she didn't have the brain capacity to make a joke that good. And she said this guy has a crack problem. He's the head guy that's bossing everybody around, frequently disappears on payday to go smoke crack, and then they don't see him for like 3 days, and he just shows back up. Union work, can't fire him, can't get rid of him, shows back up, and he goes back to running the show.
Yeah, I mean, people have said, in the comments, what?
Hello? You're on the air.
Who is it?
Do you want to talk? Yeah. What do you got?
Who is it?
What's your name? Mike? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
No, it's not.
Turn me on to the show. This is my first time listening.
Okay.
I think Mike's just changing his voice inflection. Or Clint.
Go ahead.
No, this is not. I can guarantee you this.
That's not Clint. Talk.
I'm a Yankee, and Clint's a Southern.
Clint's definitely Southern. So you're his brother?
Yeah. Brother-in-law.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Talk to me.
Yeah. So, in response to the unions and stuff, I had a business partner that was a retired Charlotte fire department captain, and they have one of the best retirement plans. And I don't know if for you guys, if the issue is more trying to unionize as a day-to-day stuff, or you guys looking more for retirement benefits and getting together that way, or what?
So the Florida retirement system is actually one of the best in the nation. The Florida retirement system is fine. There's not a problem with retirement. The problem we have in Florida is there is no power in the union. So if you get in trouble at work and it's not justified and they're coming after you, there's no recourse to go after the agency. And also in Florida, what I found out, no lawyers really want to sue the government in Florida. You go to California, up north, you see lawsuits, lawyers. Nobody wants to sue, and the unions are very weak. So when it comes time for contract negotiations, obviously we can't go on strike here, like the up north, big unions and all that can go on strike. We can't as police. We get arrested. So there is really no power to sway elections and to make politicians really do what they say they're going to do for us. So that's the problem with Florida unions, with police.
Well, I would probably agree with you guys then that maybe the police do need to unionize. But one of the biggest problems the issues I have, is police officers at the tail end of their profession going and stacking up their retirement pay by taking up all these jobs to bank their hours on and all that stuff. And then, because the retirement is based on how many hours they put in the last year or two, and then their pension is based off of that, right? So when I hear, New Yorkers, bitch,
Yankees,
those people, bitching about their retirement going away and stuff like that, is like, well, I can't have any sympathy for you guys because you guys padded your hours in the last, couple of years, and so good riddance,
Yeah.
And I'm not against anti law enforcement, but I don't think it's right either to go pad all your, just to get more money.
No, listen, I am very accountable. I didn't make $70,000 till almost my 18th year. I worked hard, very low pay. I started back when the dinosaurs were still walking, I didn't make much money. I did the job because I enjoyed it, and I thought it was the right thing to do. But then I saw the light at the end of the tunnel with retirement, but I worked. I didn't stack anything. I worked hard. I worked extra hours. I was a supervisor. My pay increased, so it definitely jumped my retirement up. But yeah, anybody who does that, which transitioned me to like a Sean Reyes, an auditor, when he went to the trooper's house, or the Connecticut trooper's house, that guy was making, at a desk job, double money overtime, stacking his retirement. And nobody said anything. He goes to his house, knocks on the door, and then we have this viral video. So I agree with you that it's wrong for cops to manipulate the system to make more money to get a better retirement if they're only doing it for the money. Couldn't agree more.
One last thing. I have a friend of mine that is a retired state trooper. State troopers in North Carolina, they make really good money, above average as far as patrol officers and law enforcement. And when he retired, he got a job at downtown municipality in the courthouse, making more money per hour doing that than he did per hour being a state trooper.
Yeah.
So there's an option to go, for retirees to go work for the court system and the courthouse.
There's a lot we preach that a lot. There's a lot of jobs for cops, even if they don't get to retirement age, that pay good money, and you're not stuck in the system. But man, we appreciate you calling in, man. And we're gonna give Clint a class on timeliness and getting to the point, and you need to teach it.
Hey, listen, he's got better stories about.
He does have pretty good stories, but he has a way of.
He's a good storyteller.
He's a good storyteller, but when he tells you he's halfway done and he's not even a quarter of the way done, I got to start giving the airborne.
Tell him to talk about his high school shenanigans.
High school story. Give me your real quick your funniest moment with Clint.
Well, my first introduction to him was I was dating my now wife, and we started dating in January or July, and it wasn't until her daughter's 16th birthday that my girlfriend at the time, my now wife, decided to bring me to meet the family, and it was at this municipality hall that we ended up getting together, and so my wife was over there setting up and stuff like that, and I came in late and drove separately, and she's starting to introduce me to everybody, and I go to shake Clint's hand, and he said, "So I guess we won't be seeing you here next year on the next birthday party." And I was like, "What? What an asshole!"
He was insinuating she was going to get rid of you, huh?
Yeah, she's going to get rid of me and go, try somebody else. But he also had a neighbor. He also had a neighbor that moved in, and for the first time, he was cutting lawn, and the guy decided to introduce himself to Clint, and he had some weird name, something like Lance or something like that. He's like, my parents, when I was born, they're thinking about naming me Lance, but they thought that I might get bullied in high school for having a gay name. That was his first introduction.
I can
that neighbor
I can
over
see
there.
that.
And
So
he's just crass like that.
He's great.
Ballsy, no filter.
Yep, he is. Well, we appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you so much for the support, and send Clint our regards since we haven't heard from him today.
Clint was in the chat.
Sure.
All right, thank you. He hasn't tried to call in.
Yeah, Clint was in the chat. I
So
don't know
that's
if we
Clint.
have enough time.
You got to
left in
talk
the
to your
show.
brother-in-law, man. He gets right to it.
And this, I just started telling the story.
I got a little worried when I asked him for the next story, but it went quick. Got to the point.
A lot of people are. So what's the tie-in? We'll wrap up this union talk, but obviously, unions for labor are much different than police unions.
Of course.
Because people were saying that's just the mob.
It is.
Like affiliated with the real.
Nicky, what's his name? It was just in there. Jimmy Hoffa.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff. All those movies. Yeah, that was it. The mob was involved. Teamsters, all that stuff. But it protected those guys. And then here in Florida, really all it is here in Florida is legal representation if you're in trouble.
And that's a good thing to have the union for. Is if you shoot somebody, they pay for a lawyer, and they actually supposedly, if they're doing it right, they actually use criminal defense lawyers that are actually really good at their job.
They do, but here's what lacks in Florida is when you're getting railroaded by your department. There's no civil attorneys. There's just nobody, including the union, that will go after them. Like I didn't get in trouble. I didn't get in a shooting. I didn't get caught doing anything wrong. I am just a target of the agency because my husband runs a podcast or something to that effect. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe just an example.
Yeah.
Nothing specific, hypothetically. Or, whatever. I supported the wrong candidate for sheriff, and now a lot of guys deal with that. There's nobody really to step in and go, this is a hostile work environment. You're being transferred. You're being targeted. You're being sent to the jail for no reason. You know what they say? It's needs of the agency.
Yeah,
they do
lateral
whatever
transfer.
they want. I moved divisions. I'm not even certified in corrections. You can't do that. And there's federal laws like when you get to EOC and stuff that say they can't make it where your life is just miserable.
Oh, cop work can.
They do. That's what I'm saying.
Guys
there's no
that get
checks.
guys that get fired, and I can't speak for every situation or every state, but typically if you live in a state where the chief fires you and then the union gets you your job back, rightfully fired, wrongfully fired, whatever, or your life is going to be hell there.
Gary Chapman.
Yeah.
Gary Chapman, the Dog the Bounty Hunter's son. Yeah.
Is this public? Is he
Yeah,
okay with us talking about
He's
it?
back at the agency that fired him unjustly, and he said he got the oldest car in the fleet.
He's okay with us talking about
Yeah,
it?
he got screwed, dude.
Where's he at? In Florida?
No, I hate not knowing. He's not.
Yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter's son.
Gary Chapman.
And we talked about this. It only went to this level because of his TMZ status.
Yeah, he got in a pursuit. There was a crash well within the policy. Everything went like it normally does, but because he's who he is, TMZ got the story, and Dog the Bounty Hunter's son killed somebody, and they let him go. He got his job back, and it's unfortunate, but there's nothing he can do. Alabama, he's in Alabama. There's nothing he can do about that, and that's my argument is just like everything else, mental health. The worst mental health is what's going on in the building, and good cops getting screwed, and that's where people. Because it's hard to imagine, because everybody gets sold, even the civilians, you guys get sold this dream that we're all crooked cops, we all stick up for each other, all brotherhood. No, the worst backstabbers in the world are in that building. Why does it affect you? It affects you because cops are mentally ill because of how they're being treated in the building, and that relates to their service on the street and how they deal with it. You can't tell me, like that girl Lacey getting harassed, completely legal, right?
Yeah.
She got to go back to work after that. She starts getting calls that she's on World Star. Because she just went viral, and she's getting
That
mocked.
video went viral?
Dude,
Nothing happened.
It keeps going. Damn Lacey, that whole damn Lacey part. It went viral. It was bad.
What's damn Lacey?
He said her name. Damn Lacey. You got to remember, this is like 10, 12 years ago when nobody was really auditing cops. Nobody was doing that.
10 or 12
yeah,
years
that was
ago?
a long time ago.
Holy guacamole.
So now, 10 years, maybe 8,
That's
10.
still a long time.
I exaggerate. So it's somewhere in there. But that went viral. So now she leaves that courthouse, goes back to work. She's getting blown up that she's viral and that all that's going on. And then she has to go to a domestic or to a critical incident. So that's where the
I mean, you don't want people handling critical incidents like that without their mind being on anything but the job.
Yeah.
Like you don't want that person.
But you
showing
have
up.
enough to deal with outside the building.
Could it be said that anybody's job, there's stressors at work? And they have to go
I'm
do
not
it?
being so just so you guys understand, I'm very. I'm not the whole cops working on holidays. It's so sad. No, we signed up for this, but we signed up to deal with it from the public.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go, hey, I'm going to swear into the Constitution oath. I'm going to go out and get shot at. I'm going to go out and run into your house when you're having the worst day of your life. I'm going to pull over drug dealers and hopefully I don't get shot. I knew I was doing that. I'm cool with that. I was sold, though, retirement, camaraderie, brotherhood, family, and I was told that's how it was going to be. And I quickly found out it was the most toxic, gaslighting, abusive relationship I ever could never have imagined it is.
Do you think all of cop has been like that forever? Or do you think
Yes,
that?
I think it was worse. I think we're on the hook because now we have lawsuits, we have lawyers, we do have a little bit of social media.
No, but do you think when we always say the brotherhood's dead, do you think that it ever once was?
It was, but I think I hate to say it, but I think it was like organized crime. Like cops were doing wild shit in the 70s and 60s and 70s, dude.
Yeah.
So they were protected. So it just like you get what you ask for. That's where Izzo comes in. Like you get what you ask for, man. You got a brotherhood, and they were abusing the shit out of it. So now there isn't one because of all the abuse and all the shit that the crooked shit cops did.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I do not fault the public for being upset with the police in certain situations. When you see these videos come out, untrained cops doing dumb shit, I do fault the public though when you jump on the cops that do their job the right way and you bring race into it strictly to be a victim. But when a cop does something wrong, we all should jump on the train that he did something wrong. And we should also not kneel down for George Floyd and all that garbage all those cops did and all those agencies did. And we shouldn't be walking in No Kings protests like the female chief of Austin Police Department
We
in
shouldn't
Texas.
be working with Antifa.
We should not be working with Antifa. We should be to the people. So you made a good point, though. I'll give you your argument there that they are part of that community and that's a community's beliefs. I never thought of it that way. So if I'm in a completely democratic gay rights, transvestites are cool, all that stuff is cool mentality in like Portland, do I adapt to that and then do my police become that? And that was the first time I've heard that presented that way. But you still have to uphold the law. So it's just like I said, if you're in a heavy Republican county, you can't, and all Republicans are racist. We can't just be racist. We have to uphold like, hey, your views are wrong. You can't think all black guys driving down the street are guilty. You can't. I have to enforce the law. So in those neighborhoods where everything is so far left, you still have to say,
what about
this homeless guy's throwing shit at people? He's got to get his ass whipped and taken to jail. You can't just go, oh, he's homeless, poor guy. He gets to sling shit on everybody. So it's like, you have to enforce the law.
What about white dudes driving around in black neighborhoods?
They get pulled over. And if they got that stupid fucking truck,
Yeah.
what do they call it? Oh, there's a term for it.
With a cone in the back?
It's a jacked up truck. They call it something stupid. I can't think of what it's called, but yeah, they're morons too, dude. So anyway.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. If you can, we got a long day to prep for. We got tonight's first ever episode of the night shift.
7 hours to kill.
Yeah, well, we got a lot to do. So, if you guys could show up tonight, let us know you're here. We'll have some guests. We'll be chilling, drinking beers, breaking down videos. It'll be a good time. So, thanks again for joining. We'll see you if you can't make it tonight, which I know you will be. We'll see you Monday morning.
Thanks, guys.
JV team for life.